Chairman, with all due respect, that we are, and especially for me, I've been a victim of abuse of the criminal justice system. For example, the procurement that has been mentioned. The whole idea was to get Prof.Ndungu out of the central bank. How do you do it? That's why, even if you go to the records, you will just be embarrassed, the kind of facts. Now, the biggest problem I have, Wandayi and the others who have asked the question, is that the National Human Rights Commission, the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, and the Transparency International should be coming to our aid as victims of abuse of the criminal justice system. But they are coming here to make us the victims. It's quite a paradox. It's actually extremely, I would like maybe to invite people to read even the judgment, even the Commission of Inquiry on Grad Regency. It's so interesting that they find it, that they become also a victim. It is something that we may want to check out, Mr. Chairman. It's something that we have to rethink about the mandate of some of these institutions, and it's something that we need to correct from the very beginning.
Sorry, Chair.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the good professor, but I feel he is on a tangent now to blame the petitioners. I just wanted him to clarify, because that was my question, Professor. In the interest of the country and the economy, we want to, if we approve you, to approve someone that will be confident has no issues of integrity hanging over his head. And the opportunity now you have is to make that clear. And that's why I asked the status of the Grand Regency, which I have heard you've clearly stated that you are exonerated by the Commission of Inquiry. Well, I hear my colleague saying no. So we want to know what was the status. Okay. What is the status of the charges on the 1.2 billion tender? Mm-hmm. You know, it's good to say it went to court, or you fought it to Court of Appeal.
Thank you.
What was the verdict?
Thank you for clarifying. Yes, the tender issue, let me first of all say that it was very clear that CEOs are not involved in the procurement. Their work is only to appoint the procurement committee. And that matter went all the way to the appeal, and they showed that the problem was the procurement committee of the central bank, and I was vindicated. I had no role to play. The Grad Regency, again, is an issue. I have shown that the government position was that the proceeds would be invested, and they were really invested in that case. And maybe I can go to, so in actual fact, my role was very, very clear as an agent. And my role was also very, very clear that I had no role to play in procurement. But I wanted to go further to show that actually when such issues come, although I'm trying to defend myself, when such issues come, also those people who bring them up, they should see the whole end.
Speaker, point of order. The nominee is not helping us make progress. For instance, he's saying talking about being vindicated in the Grand Regency cell. He's not saying by who. Because the report of the commission is clear that you are indicted. Yeah, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With due respect, and maybe I will seek your protection because I have never seen the report. I only remember that the government said those proceeds that the central bank has done well for raising that kind of money. It was invested in Lamu Port, and you are aware of that. And the whole conclusion was that if such resources coming from corruption proceeds are invested in the projects that provide perpetual benefits, then everybody is happy. Let me also move on to,
Speaker,
sorry.
Yes, Chunga.
Maybe as a procedural matter of guidance to the committee, with all due respect to my colleague, the leader of minority, I don't know when, as a committee, we allude to a report. Is it not in order then, as a procedural issue, that a copy of that report is shared with the committee, so that either the nominee or other members of the committee are able to benefit from that, so that, Honorable Speaker, we avoid the issues of raising issues to the public gallery And I say that with a lot of respect to my brother, because the earlier nominee who was here, Professor Kindiki, had the same issue on an issue that my brother was not able